members and dear students. A very good morning and a warm welcome to the second International Conference on Computational Intelligence, Communication Technology and Networking CICTN 2025, technically co-sponsored by IEEE UP Section India, organized by Department of Computer Science and Engineering, ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. On this auspicious occasion, I, Aditi Arora, and I, Ayushi Agarwal, takes the privilege to wholeheartedly welcome all the dignitaries, honorable patrons of CICTN 2025, Sri Neeraj Goyalji, Chairman, ABES EC, Sri Shashwat Goyalji, General Secretary, ABES EC, and co-patrons, Sri Raghunandan Kansalji and Sri Sachin Kumar Goyalji, Honorable Director, ABES EC and General Chair, CICTN 2025, Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma, General Co-Chair and Head of the Department, Professor Dr. Divya Mishra. Our Chief Guest, respected Professor Dr. Mohammad Rehan Sir, Director General, National Institute of Solar Energy, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, and Chair-elect IEEE UP Section, India. And our guest of honor, Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar, Senior Manager, National Research Development Corporation, our respected keynote speaker, Mr. Vivek Songla, Senior Director, Oracle India Private Limited. We extend a warm welcome to all the esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, participants, and delegates for their valuable consent, guidance, and support to make CICTN 2025 conference a resounding success. We also welcome heads and seniors of different verticals, faculty members, research scholars, and coordinating team and student volunteers of this event to grace the occasion and support this event. We would like to welcome the entire audiences and especially authors who have joined us in today's event. Darkness could not hide.
फिल्टर नहीं करना है कम्युनिटी मोड जो कम्युनिटी मोड था उसको उसमें जाके ऑफ करना पड़ेगा ये इसमें से कम्युनिटी मोड में अब नहीं इसमें चला जाए तो हट जाए
Lighting a lamp is not just a tradition, but a reminder that education and enlightenment guide us toward a brighter future. It signifies the light of learning, illuminating minds and igniting inspirations. The sacred ritual symbolizes the removal of darkness and spreading of knowledge, wisdom, and positivity. For seeking the kind blessings for the same, I invite all the dignitaries for lamp lighting ceremony as we embark on a journey of knowledge, growth, and success. On behalf of CSC Department, I, Aditi Arora, respectfully seek the permission of Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma Sir, Director ABES EC and General Chair CICTN 2025 to officially commence this prestigious event. Thank you, sir. CICTN 2025 is not just an assembly of minds, it is a platform for innovation, collaboration, and progress. The objective of CICTN 2025 is to facilitate the exchange of ideas and advancements among researchers, practitioners, and professionals from academia and industry. The conference aims to showcase the latest innovations, foster collaborations, and address challenges in artificial intelligence, machine learning, communication technologies, and networking. By providing a forum for presenting cutting-edge research, discussing emerging trends, and exploring practical applications, the conference seeks to drive progress and innovation in these interconnected fields, ultimately contributing to technological advancements and societal benefits. And we hope that the ideas and views shared during the conference will sow the seeds for a sustainable, continuous, and global collaboration. We again welcome you all and thank you for participating.
To begin with the inoculation program, I warmly invite our esteemed guests to today's function with a request to take their designated positions and occupy the distinguished chair. Please join with us welcoming our chief guest for today's sessions and conference, our Honorable Professor Dr. Mohammad Rehan Sir, with a huge round of applause. I welcome our respected guest of honor, Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar Sir. I welcome our honorable patron of CICTN 2025, Shri Shashwat Goyal Ji, General Secretary ABES EC, our honorable co-patrons Shri Raghunandan Kansal Ji and Shri Sachin Kumar Goyal Ji, our respected keynote speaker, Mr. Vivek Sir, Senior Director, Oracle India Private Limited, our Honorable General Chair of CICTN 2025, Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma Sir, Director ABES EC, and our respected General Co-Chair of CICTN 2025, Professor Dr. Divya Mishra Ma'am, HOD CSE. Let us put our hands together to welcome them. Ladies and gentlemen, let us rise and honor our nation by standing for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्ज्वल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I request our patron CICTN 2025, Sri Shashwat Goyalji and co-patron Sri Raghunandan Kansalji to present a token of appreciation to our chief guest, Professor Dr. Mohammad Rihan sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I request General Chair CICTN 2025, Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma sir and co-patron Sri Sachin Kumar Goyal sir to present a token of appreciation to our guest of honor, Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar sir. Thank you, sir. I now request our esteemed General Co-Chair and Head of the Department CSC, Professor Dr. Divya Mishra ma'am, to present a token of appreciation to our keynote speaker, Mr. Vivek Sonkla sir, Senior Director, Oracle India Private Limited. Once again, let us welcome all our dignitaries with a big round of applause.
Now, I invite Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma sir to come forward for an opening and welcoming remarks. But before that, let me take a moment to share a brief introduction of sir, highlighting his remarkable achievements and contributions. Sir had received his BE degree in Electronics Engineering from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad, ME from Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, and PhD degree from National Institute of Technology, Kurukshetra. He served PSU in different positions for more than 8 years in QA and testing and R&D department. He is currently working as professor and director of ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Dr. Sharma has authored many papers in several international journals and conferences of repute. His research interests include VLSI interconnects, electronic circuits, digital design, testing, and signal processing. He is a reviewer of many international journals belonging to various publications houses such as IEEE, Elsevier, World Scientific, and Springer. Dr. Sharma has participated in many international and national conferences as session chair and member of stream advisory and technical program committees. He has been the editor of several books, conference proceedings, and has been the organizing chair for several international conferences. He is life member of ISTE, fellow of IETE, and senior member of IEEE. With this, I welcome you, sir.
Good morning to one and all present here. Chief Guest, Professor Rihan, Director General, National Institute of Solar Energy, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. Guest of honor, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Majumdar, Senior Manager, NRDC. Distinguished Professor Vijayan from Auckland University, USA. Professor Vikram Singh, IEEE Observer. Keynote speaker, Mr. Vivek, Senior Director, Oracle India Private Limited. Management, Sri Shashwat Goyal ji, Sri Raghunandan Kansal ji, Sri Shachin Goyal ji, Conference Chair and Convener, Professor Dr. Divya Mishra, Head of the Department CSC, all deans, heads, faculty members, and dear participants. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all in the inaugural session of Second International Conference on Computational Intelligence, Communication Technology and Networking, CICTN 2025, organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. I am thankful to the chief guest, Professor Rehan, and all esteemed guests for having accepted our invitation and being with us today to grace the occasion. ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad was established in the year 2000 with a vision to provide quality education. Around 7,500 students are pursuing their career in the engineering and technology and computer applications. The institute is accredited by NAC with A grade, and majority of the courses are accredited by NB. This two days conference will provide a common platform for the academicians, researchers, and technocrats, all participants who are here, to discuss the relevant advances in the field of AI, cloud, big data, signal and image processing, IoT, quantum computing, and other diversified areas. The technical program is rich and varied with the national and international keynotes. For all the participants, this is a good forum for all the participants to share their ideas, to learn from the other working in the same or related areas, and to explore it further at their institutions or in their research. The success of the conference basically depends on many people who have worked in planning and organizing both technical program and making the supportive arrangements. First of all, I am very much thankful to the IEEE UP section for approving our proposal of the conference. I congratulate Dr. Divya Mishra and her team for organizing the international conference and wish a grand success for the same. Once again, I am extremely thankful to the chief guest and all esteemed guests for being with us in this inaugural ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
I now have the privilege of inviting Professor Dr. Vijayan Sugumaran sir, Distinguished Professor, Auckland University, USA, and Advisory TPC Chair CICTN 2025. He is joining us in online mode in just a moment. Professor Dr. Vijayan Sugumaran is currently working as Professor of Management, Information Systems, and Chair of the Department of Decision and Information Sciences at Auckland University, Rochester, Michigan, USA. Sir received his PhD in Information Technology from George Mason University, Fairfax, USA. His research areas are Big Data Analytics, Ontologies and Semantic Web, Intelligent Agent and Multi-Agent Systems, and Component-Based Development. Sir has published over 200 peer-reviewed articles in journals, conferences, and books. Sir has edited 12 books and serves on the editorial board of 8 journals. Sir is the editor-in-chief of International Journal of Intelligent Information Technology. Let us welcome Sir with a big round of applause.
Hi everyone, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, wonderful, wonderful. So I'm very excited to be part of this conference. I know the team has worked really, really hard, and I looked at the program. There's a wonderful collection of papers, and I was very excited to see special sessions for women in engineering, which is fantastic. And so kudos to the entire team. So I have been working with faculty at ABES for a few years now. So I thought maybe I would take a can you hear me? I'm not sure if the audio is coming through.
Yes, sir, you are perfectly audible.
Okay, all right, sorry. Just wanted to make sure. Anyway, so I thought I will take a few minutes to kind of summarize the collaboration between Oakland University and ABES Engineering College. So as I was mentioning, I have been collaborating with the faculty at ABES for a number of years now, particularly Dr. Divya Mishra and Dr. Shanu Sharma. And so we have signed agreements between Oakland University and ABES. And so I thought maybe I will take a few minutes to kind of summarize what we have done so far. To start with, just wanted to kind of point out where we are located. Sometimes when people hear Oakland University, they think we are in Oakland, California, but we are actually in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. So we are very close to Detroit, and it's about 30 miles from Detroit. So here are some images in and around Detroit, which might be of interest. The building on the right, the 5 towers, this is the Renaissance Center, which is the headquarters building for General Motors. The building at the bottom right is the Chrysler headquarters building, which is actually right next to our campus. The building on the bottom left is Ford headquarters building. So we have the 3 big OEMs, automotive companies headquartered in Detroit. And we do lots of projects for these companies as well. About Oakland University, it's about 20,000 students, and we have lots of international students. One of our claim to fame is we have a good student-faculty ratio, and the class sizes are fairly small. So we work with the students quite a bit. I am in the business school. I am the chair of the Department of Decision and Information Sciences. We offer a number of programs at the undergrad and graduate level. So I'll talk about the graduate level because that would be the programs that would be of interest. So we have MS, Master of Science in Business Analytics, and then MS in IT Management. So those are the 2 master's programs that are very popular. We also have MBA, Executive MBA, Masters in Finance, Masters in Accounting, and so on and so forth. Both of these programs are fairly well received in the industry around here in Michigan. The Business Analytics is a very popular program, and so we get a lot of students from the local companies around here, and we also have a large number of international students as well. Okay. Similarly, the IT management program, people can focus on cybersecurity or general IT, software development, policy, strategy, and things like that. So these are the 2 main programs that I oversee from my department. Both of these programs are STEM designated, which means that students get to work in the US for 3 years after they graduate from the program. We also are very big on experiential learning. We do lots of capstone projects and stuff. And students participate in a lot of competitions, and so the program is very much hands-on, experiential learning focused kind of a program. And so with respect to research collaboration with ABES, we have done a number of things in the last 3-4 years. We organized a conference in 2022, AIR conference, Advancements in Interdisciplinary Research. It was actually well attended, and we published the proceedings in Springer as well as River Publisher. So that was quite nice, and so we are kind of starting to think about the next conference in this series. We have also organized a lot of journal special issues, edited books. Dr. Shan Sharma and then Dr. Mishra, Divya Mishra, we have done some stuff together. We are currently editing a book with CRC, work in progress. So there's a lot of activity between Oakland and ABES. So we have published conference papers and conducted various workshops, journal papers in progress and stuff like that. So we have signed a number of agreements with ABES. So we have a general MOU where we kind of outline the different activities that we can participate in. And so, for example, research collaboration, exchange, faculty and student exchanges, and all kinds of stuff that we can kind of work towards. So that's the general agreement. And then we have 2 specific agreements for student programs, particularly for undergraduate and PG students. So we have this articulation agreement basically governs students from ABES coming to our programs. So undergraduate students, after they finish in their last semester, they can apply to our program and get admitted, and then they come to Oakland University and finish our masters. It's a 30 credit program, and so it actually takes only a year and a half to finish our program. If you're a PG student, then you can come to Oakland University in the second year, and then we accept some credits from ABES, and then ABES would also accept some credits from OU. And so within 2 years, students can get dual degree, one from us and the PG degree from ABES. So this is actually quite attractive for students as well. So if you're an undergrad student or a PG student, we have lots of opportunities to come and pursue higher education at Oakland University. So some of the benefits of these agreements is that typically, to join our programs, we require either GRE, GMAT, and TOEFL exam. Because we have agreements, these exams are waived, and then we also provide in-state tuition, which is much cheaper compared to non-resident tuition. And then I also mentioned the STEM designation for our programs, and so students get to stay and work for 3 years. The only thing that we require is, students have a good GPA, 80% or higher, or 3.0 and a 4.0 scale. So that's pretty much what we look for, both undergraduate and graduate students as well. So for PG students, it's a little bit nice because we can accept up to 9 credits, and so when they come here to Oakland, they can finish the program in 1 year itself. So it's cost effective, and you can get them quickly. We also are big on internships and placements, so we have a reasonably good record. So within the US, data science and cybersecurity are the 2 programs that are in demand, and so we have good placement opportunities in automotive. Obviously, we are in Southeast Michigan, automotive tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 suppliers, and obviously the original big 3 OEMs as well. Healthcare is also a big sector, financial sector, IT firms, and so we have a variety of companies within Southeast Michigan where our graduates get placed. And then here are some useful links if somebody is interested. And so in summary, We have these agreements between Oakland University and ABES, which provides student programming, faculty research collaboration, faculty exchanges, and so I welcome everyone to come and visit Oakland University. All right, and I want to welcome everybody to participate in our programs and also, come and visit us if you can. If you're in the US, we'll be very happy to host you here. With that, I want to welcome all the participants for the conference. I hope you enjoy all the presentations and gain valuable knowledge from the guest speakers and also the chief guest. And so it's an exciting program. I wish I was there in person to participate, but hopefully next year we will plan something different. So with that, I would like to conclude my quick presentation. If there are any questions, if people want to reach out, my email address is sugamara@oakland.edu. And so I welcome everyone. Enjoy the conference, have fun, and hopefully you will kind of get enriched in terms of exchange of ideas and research projects and collaborations and networking. Thank you, and it is a great honor to be part of this conference and enjoy the next 2 days. And so, thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening and informational session with our audiences. We will be looking forward for more innovative projects and research collaborations in near future with Auckland University. Once again, thank you very much, sir.
Now, I am profusely elated to take an opportunity to introduce our respected chief guest, Professor Dr. Mohammad Rian Sir, Director General, National Institute of Solar Energy, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, and Chair-elect IEEE UP Section, India. Sir is currently working as Professor of Electrical Engineering, serving as Director General of National Institute of Solar Energy and Autonomous Institute of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. Sir has authored a textbook on green energy and sustainable development to be published by Cambridge University Press, UK. He has authored a book on green energy transition in India, including the success story of AMU also. He has conceptualized and started a joint MTech program on green energy and sustainable development of AMU and National Institute of Solar Energy. The program is in line with the national requirements for green energy transition and the national education policy. He is serving as the chairperson of sectional committee of BIS on solar PV. He is an elected fellow of the IET UK and IE India and IETE. He is a senior member of IEEE and chair-elect of Executive Committee of IEEE UP Section. He is elected Vice Chair of the Executive Committee of Delhi Local Network of IET UK. He is a member of India Energy Forum. He has successfully guided PhD scholars in the area of solar energy and smart grid. Two of his present PhD scholars have been awarded the prestigious and highly competitive Prime Minister's Research Fellowship. With this, I request you, sir, to kindly come and occupy the podium and share your expertise with us.
Director of the ABES, Professor Sharma. The Dean, General Co-Chair, Professor Dr. Divya Prasad. guest of honor, Dr. Sanjeev Majumdar, the management, Shashwat Goyalji, Sachin Goyalji, and the co-patron, Raghunandanji, the distinguished professor online who has joined, Dr. Vijayan, then the keynote speakers present here, Mr. Vivek and Mr. Saurabh, all the participants of this conference, all the faculty members, and all the students. A very good morning to all of you. I have been to ABES a couple of times, earlier also. But this time I am coming after a gap of, I think, at least 5 or 6 years. And it's a good occasion that I have come when you are organizing an international conference with the collaboration of IEEE UP section, because I am also a volunteer of IEEE UP section. Your host has shared some of my details, my background. And so you understand that I am an electrical engineer basically. And this conference is being organized by the Department of Computer Science. And presently I am heading an institute which is related to solar energy. Then the first task which I take on myself is, let me first justify my presence in a conference which is being organized by the Department of Computer Science. We use energy in many forms, and the type of energy, the sources have been changing over a period of time. It was different 200 years back, it was something else 100 years back, it is something else. Right now it will be something else later on. But if I have to identify the most critical form of energy which we are using right now, then I think you will agree that it is electrical energy. And I am going to say something which you may object to because of our different affiliations, but I am sure you will agree to it. We say and we commonly hear it that this is a society, this is a digital society. Because everything is running on computers and internet and communication. But we often forget that all these things are in turn actually running on electricity. And somebody said that electricity is like air now. Why? Because we feel only the absence of it. So we are so used to all the systems which have been developed by the electrical engineers that we are happy in being in the background and letting you take all the limelight and calling it the digital society. But you are being driven, the digital society is actually running on it. So if I say we are living in a society which is an electricity-based society, so I don't think there will be much objection to it. Because no one of us wants to live in an area where the supply of electricity is not reliable or ensured. Apart from our personal uses, if you consider as a nation also, if I don't have electric supply for few hours, then everything will come to a halt. Because our banks are running on electricity, our railways are running on electricity, our airports are running on electricity, our educational institutes are running on electricity, everything is running on electricity. So that is why it is a national security concern also. If I don't have a reliable supply of electricity, then it is a national security concern. Third important point, these wires of electricity, they are not carrying only electricity, they are carrying money also. It's a financial aspect also. Electricity trading is a major activity in any nation. So I agree that in the engineering colleges, it is the computer science branch which is running the electrical engineering department. But in the real world, it is vice versa. It is the electricity which is running all your systems related to it. Anyways. But there is a problem with the way we have been generating electricity. We all know the most common method of generating electricity has been that let us burn coal and generate electricity and use it. So there is a serious problem with that method. If I burn coal to generate 1 unit of electricity, then it leads to almost a kg of carbon dioxide emission. Almost a kg of carbon dioxide emission. And you know, this problem of global warming and climate change, which is probably the most talked about thing in the entire world now, it is because of the CO2 emissions. So the use of electricity, in turn its generation using coal by burning coal, is a major source of CO2 emissions. You know, the amount of CO2 which we had in the atmosphere 300 years back and the amount of CO2 which we have now, because of this increase, the energy release, the additional energy which is there or additional heat which is there in the atmosphere is equal to the heat which would have been released if you release 4 to 5 lakh nuclear bombs of Hiroshima bombing size. This is the amount of additional heat which is already there in the atmosphere. And why it has happened? Because CO2 emissions have increased from 280 ppm to 423 ppm in last 300 years. And one of the major contributors is the CO2 generated when burning coal for generating electricity. There was a glacier in Iceland. It was in 2019. Its funeral was organized. So its size was 38 square kilometer 100 years back. It reduced to 5 square kilometer in 50 years and completely eliminated in 100 years. So they organized the funeral, and the plaque which has been prepared, it reads that this glacier was eliminated because of our actions. We know what is to be done to stop it, and this is for future generation. Only you know whether we did it or not. So you see, we are passing through a existential crisis in the form of global warming and climate change. Engineers have a very important role in creation of this problem and actually in addressing this problem. So what is the solution? The solution is the electricity, one of the solutions. The electricity which we are generating, which we are using, we have to shift it to sources which do not contribute to CO2. So one of those sources is solar energy. And considering if I talk about our nation, considering the suitability of our climate, this is the most suitable solution for us. And that is why what we have done in last 10 years or exactly 13 years, we have increased our solar setup in the country from 10 megawatt to 98,000 megawatt. And this is probably the fastest transition in the world in terms of going from one source of energy shifting to another source. So all of us have a role to play in this. The role is in two dimensions. One is if you are an engineer and you have a technical role to play. if you are not considering your role as an engineer, then as a citizen, you have an important role. So, what is happening? We are completely shifting to a system of the electric power grid. We are changing to completely based on WWS, wind, water, solar. So right now we have 98,000 megawatt of solar energy. We want to go to around 1,500,000 megawatt by 2047 and around 5,000 megawatt, 5,000 gigawatt by 2007. So much is happening in this field. And then when I hear people saying that there is a lack of employment for engineers, so then I wonder why it is happening. So one of the reasons which I feel is we have to bridge the gap between what we are teaching or doing or training in the colleges and what is actually happening in the real world. As we say in electrical engineering that it is important to have a connect to the ground. If you are not connected to the ground, current will not flow. Similarly, we need to have an ear to the ground at what is happening in the real world. So that, and I'm very happy that just a while back, the HOD told me that this college has started a program in electrical and computer. So I really appreciate this because I have been a great promoter of this idea that computers science should be taken as a tool, and we need to give these people the areas where this learning can be applied. So electric sector is one of a very important sector where you can apply this learning. So I appreciate this initiative. And in the end of my talk, I will highlight some of the areas related to green energy transition, which you can explore if you are a faculty or you are a student to work in this area. See, I have mentioned that we are shifting to solar and wind energy. But the problem with both these sources is that they are variable source of energy. Sun does not shine after sunset naturally, and wind does not blow always. So that brings a challenge to the grid managers, how we will plan, how we will manage the grid. So we need to ensure that grid can be managed in the presence of these variable sources. So we need to increase the flexibility of it. And one of the important tools for that is the digitalization of the grid. So we are already going for digitalization of the power grid. I'll share a very connected example with you. During COVID, when the Honorable Prime Minister gave a call for 9-minute switch off of all appliances, I hope you remember that. And all of us did that also. But before that, there were concerns that suddenly such a large load will be switched off, whether the grid will be able to handle it or not. And you know, almost a third of the total load was switched off, which is a huge challenge for any grid, but still we managed that. Why? Because of the digitalization which has been going on for years. But this has to increase further. So digital techniques and tools have a great scope in the electricity sector. I usually say that if I train someone only in electrical engineering and then depute him to manage a substation, he will not be able to do it. Because without communication and networking, you cannot understand what is happening. Then another important area is forecasting. We need forecast of solar and wind in a better way. For that we need machine learning, AI, deep learning, big data analytics. That is required. Another area is in the conventional system, we have some large plants and you are getting electricity from them. But in solar-based system, you will have large number of distributed plants. How to monitor those so many large number of plants? Then the data generated is very high compared to the conventional plants. How to make sense of that data? So again, you have a very important thing. Then another, I see that as a very active area of research now. The P2P transaction of electricity, peer-to-peer transaction of electricity. I have a space to install rooftop solar, but you don't have the space. You want to enter into a transaction with me for electricity. I am giving a basic example. It can be a large number of people. It can be a group also. So blockchain-based P2P transaction. This is getting so much traction. Then storage. Storage is a very important area, but how to minimize the requirement of storage. There again, you have digital techniques and all. And our country has a single grid. Means in whatever place of the country you are connected to a unified system. So there are examples when you are generating solar energy in Rajasthan and transmitting it to Odisha. So you need a wider view of the system. So that again involves digital techniques as well as reliable, efficient and secure communication. So the topics of this conference are directly related to the green energy transition happening in the country and in fact happening in the world over. And I would request the management to have a review of your course content and see if there are some gaps which you can address related to what is happening in the country, so that the students are better equipped to handle these problems and the national requirement of getting such people is fulfilled. The institute which I am heading, National Institute of Solar Energy, is working in all these areas. And if some of the motivated students, committed students and faculty wants to pursue these areas, they want to work in these areas, some of the students want to work for their internships, I'll be very happy to host them. Second, my association, IEEE, because it is an IEEE conference. So the idea of IEEE like societies is that what you are not getting in your regular curriculum, the IEEE tries to provide you that missing link. So I hope you have an active student branch also. So that's a platform where students can interact and develop their technical as well as interpersonal skills. And it's a 2 days conference, and I'm sure the keynote lectures, you have keynotes by industry leaders also as well as academicians. So the keynotes as well as the papers presented will address some of the important challenges, problems being faced by the industry and some of the solutions. And most importantly, I hope that this event will inspire some bright young minds to address some of these problems related to the sector, and they will be of help to the nation in this particular area. So in the end, I appreciate the efforts of the organizers and my best wishes for the successful conference, and I thank you all for making me a part of this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing and enlightening us with the importance of electrical energy in mitigating various global challenges. Thank you very much, sir.
Moving on, we feel honored to have with us Honorable Guest of Honor, the man of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas, Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar, sir. Sir is a distinguished professional currently serving as Senior Manager at the National Research Development Corporation, NRDC, New Delhi, India. He is also an Associate Fellow at the National Innovation Foundation, Ahmedabad, and has previously worked as a Research Associate at the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR. With a strong academic foundation, Dr. Majumdar holds a PhD in botany from VBS Purvanchal University, following his MSc and BSc from Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gorakhpur University. Throughout his career, he has been actively involved in intellectual property rights and technology transfer, offering consultancy on various aspects such as prior art search, technology transfer, capacity building and awareness programs, IP management. Sir is also associated with NRDC Bengaluru, where he continues to contribute to the advancement of innovation, intellectual property, and technological commercialization. His expertise and dedication make him a valuable asset in fostering research-driven growth and innovation. I request you, sir, to kindly share a few words of wisdom with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning to everyone. Good morning. Sanjeev Majumdar from NRDC, the brief details you have provided. With these, मैं botany में PhD हूँ, oddman here. Completely oddman in IEEE conference, but I am working for many projects management, so I will try to. We are technology transfer principal from NRDC. हम technology transfer करते हैं. Technology transfer many times whenever I believe say that I am from NRDC National Student Council, many people they don't know. So from where I am, so I say that we do research, we don't do research, we don't do development, but yes, we do marketing of that. So आज मैं यहाँ पे वो business की तरफ से खड़ा हूँ. All researchers here, faculty here, I am thankful to the organizers, those who invited me. तो अगर थोड़ी सी मेरी बात बुरी लग जाए तो मैं माफी चाहता हूँ उसके लिए. तो for the researchers, maybe मेरी बातें आज नींद नहीं आए आपको. All research group here, students here, जिन्होंने रिसर्च किया उनसे मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि आपने जब रिसर्च किया और आपका थीसिस था, उसके फर्स्ट पेज पे आपने क्या लिखा था? आपने रिसर्च क्यों किया? कोई मुझे बताए आपने रिसर्च क्यों किया? इसका आंसर. Because many students here they have to learn and your guide also there. आपके पेपर्स पब्लिश्ड हैं, आप अच्छे रिसर्चर्स हैं. आपकी रिसर्च थीसिस की फर्स्ट पेज पे लिखा हुआ है. Why it was? क्योंकि रिसर्चर्स बाकी भी पूछेंगे. कंटिन्यूटी में था, मास्टर्स, बैचलर्स किया, मास्टर्स किया, पीएचडी करना था. उसके अलावा क्यों किया? कुछ तो उस पे लिखा था आपने. आप रिसर्च को अगर डिफाइन करें एक लाइन में तो कोई मुझे बता सकता है? What exactly it is? बिल्कुल वो भी है. Research it is not a challenging answer. We do research, we contribute to knowledge. The piece of knowledge which is going to be useful for the society. अब आज जाकर के अपने रिसर्च थीसिस का वो पेज निकालें, जब आपने प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई किया, सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड किया, whether it reaches to society or not. मैं बिजनेसमैन की तरह पूछ रहा हूँ, रिसर्च किया, अरे भाई मैं किसको बेचूं? मैं टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर करूँ, जब रिसर्च मेरे पास आती है, तो किसको दूं? कौन लेगा? बिल्कुल बिजनेसमैन की तरह ही पूछ सकते हैं. आपने बनाया क्या करोगे? आपने लिखा, in your research, I have identified a problem. There is no solution for that. I am going to do research for contributing my 3 years of my life minimum, maybe more than that. utilizing a certain resource, बहुत सारा fund, and then you are completing that, you have been awarded a doctorate. I am also awarded as a doctorate. But I said that it is to be useful for the society. Society, at very closest society is our research community, where we are publishing my paper. But whether it reaches to the least man or not, तो हमारे रिसर्च की फिटमेंट होनी चाहिए वेयर इट इज गोइंग. एज ए रिसर्चर वी मस्ट नो हम कहाँ कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं. सभी लोग अपने इसके बारे में ना सोचें कि हमने क्या किया और क्यों नहीं पहुंचा. अभी हम किसी को भी दोष दे सकते हैं कि क्यों नहीं पहुंचा. थोड़ा सा हमारी भी जिम्मेदारी रहती है कि हमने उसके लिए रिसोर्सेज ढूंढे या नहीं ढूंढे. पहली चीज है, अब 2016 के बाद से रिसोर्सेज की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. वॉट एवर रिसर्च वी आर डूइंग, इफ इट इज हैविंग ए रेलेवेंस वी कैन ट्रांसलेट दैट इनटू प्रोडक्ट, बिकॉज टू रीच द कॉमन मैन इट हैज टू बी रीच एज ए प्रोडक्ट. So to reach that product, the requirement is that your technology, your research, that should be, it can be imparted into technology. Maybe एक छोटा सा पार्ट हो उस टेक्नोलॉजी का, maybe उसकी रेलेवेंसी है तो उसको आप कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. 16 के बाद से जो हमारा स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम है, into this entrepreneurship is always with some research component innovations. So those researchers, those who are listening in here, I'm just saying that we have to understand where we are going to contribute and who is going to buy that. With that objective, we have to design our research. मैं देख रहा हूँ आज तक मतलब 800 एंट्रीज आई हैं. 800 में से शायद कुछ सेलेक्टेड लोग ही आज पेपर प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. अच्छे अच्छे टाइटल्स हैं, आर्टिकल्स हैं. मुझसे पहले रिहान साहब ने बताया कि नाइस के वो बिजी हैं और इलेक्ट्रिकल्स में कितनी रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं. Every time we need research, we need the research-based solutions also. But solutions जब हम कहते हैं तब उसको आपके पेपर से आगे आकर के प्रोडक्ट में आना होता है. तो एक और रिक्वायरमेंट है एज ए फैकल्टी, those who are mentoring, those who are researchers, you must understand at which level your research is. किस लेवल तक पहुंचे हैं हम और उसकी रेलेवेंसी है नहीं है. It is not like that कि हम कह सकते हैं कि student is studying in nursery and we can award a bachelor degree. It has to reach that up to the bachelor's degree also. तो इस तरह से रिसर्च भी आपकी प्रोग्रेस करती है, एक के बाद एक, फिर उसके बाद प्रोडक्ट में आती है. तो अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी को जब आप डिलीवर करने के लिए सोचते हैं तो उसके रेडनेस लेवल को भी समझिए. ये रिक्वायरमेंट है. रिसर्च पेपर्स पब्लिश होने के बाद क्लोज नहीं कीजिए, पीएचडी थीसिस होने के बाद क्लोज नहीं कीजिए. तो मेरा मैसेज आज बस इतना ही है कि we have to think about a marketable research output and we have to understand at which stage we are in the current ecosystem. It's not an issue to get funds to complete your research idea into a product. हर स्टेज पे आपके पास फंडिंग है. आप ऐसे academician हैं, हमारे पास academic funding है रिसर्च के लिए. From tier 1 2 3 4 we can prove that. And आप tier 4 के आगे beyond जाना चाहते हैं, tier 7 तक उसे आप assess करने के लिए, validate करने के लिए, there is a certain schemes into schemes आपके स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम से आपको मिल सकती है. आप जिस एंटरप्रेन्योर को आगे तैयार करते हैं, आप एज ए मेंटर, आप एज ए फैकल्टी, जो आप लोग अपने आप डायरेक्टर बनना चाहते हैं अपने रिसर्च प्रोडक्ट के लिए, एंड मार्केट तो वास्ट है आपके लिए, आप उसमें कन्वर्ट कर ही रहे हैं. तो इकोसिस्टम इज नॉट एन इशू नाउ. जो रिसर्चर्स सोच रहे हैं कि हमने तो रिसर्च किया था 10 साल पहले, वो आज रिलेवेंस नहीं है, वो आज भी अगर रिलेवेंस है तो उसको कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. सो दैट वाज माय मैसेज. एंड रिसर्च पेपर्स जो लिख रहे हैं आज पब्लिकेशंस हो रही है, माय मैसेज दैट डू एथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस, डोंट डू कॉपी फ्रॉम एनीवेयर. आप ट्रेसेबिलिटी बहुत हो चुकी है, हमारे पास अच्छे सॉफ्टवेयर्स हैं, तो इट्स सिंसियर, ओरिजिनल एंड नॉवेल वर्ड्स को कहीं लिख के रख लीजिए. आपका काम ओरिजिनल होना चाहिए, आपका काम नॉवेल होना चाहिए. आई थिंक मेरा मैसेज रिसर्चर्स को समझ में आया कि नया काम नॉवेलिटी, क्योंकि काफी लोगों ने प्रोजेक्ट किया होगा. मैं पूछूं आपका प्रोजेक्ट किस काम आया या फिर कैसा था, क्या वो नया था, सभी लोग बोलेंगे शायद नया नहीं था. इट वाज समथिंग. बट जब आप मार्केट में सेल करने के लिए निकलोगे अपना प्रोडक्ट, आपको नॉवेलिटी, ओरिजिनलिटी काफी जरूरी है. तो रिसर्च प्लानिंग आपको अब जो मैंने मैसेज दिया उस हिसाब से कीजिए. इट शुड बी ए सेलेबल प्रोडक्ट. थैंक यू. एनी क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम योर साइड?
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us about where our research should actually contribute and how we need to convert our research into product so as to reach out to the common people as a solution to different problems.
Now, I invite our General Co-Chair of CICTN 2025 and Head of the Department of CAC, Professor Dr. Divya Mishra ma'am, to share a few words with us. Before that, I'd like to take a privilege to introduce you all with ma'am. Ma'am has received her BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from SLIET Punjab, MTech in Information Security, Gold Medalist from GGSIPU, New Delhi, and PhD from Amity University, Noida. She is currently the professor and head of the Department of CSE at ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. With over 17 years of academic and research experience, ma'am has played a key role in NAC and NBA accreditation processes, curriculum development, and industry collaborations. Her research focuses on blockchain technology, IoT, wireless sensor networks, and AI-based optimization models. She has authored numerous papers in leading journals and conferences and holds several patents on IoT and smart technology solutions. Ma'am is a senior member of IEEE and has served as reviewer, session chair, and technical committee member for various international conferences. She has also managed consultancy projects and research grants, contributing significantly in technological advancement and education. With this, I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ayushi. Good morning, Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Rehan, Director General, National Institute of Solar Energy, respected guest of honor, Dr. Sanjeev, distinguished conference patron, Shri Raghunandan sir, and Shri Sachin Goyal ji, respected Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma sir, General Chair, CICTN 2025, Advisor, Professor Dr. Vijayan Sukumaran, keynote speakers, Mr. Vivek, Senior Director, Oracle India, researchers, delegates, esteemed faculty members, industry leaders, and my dear students. It is a privilege and profound honor to welcome you all to the second edition of IEEE International Conference on Computational Intelligence, Communication Technology, and Networking, CICTN 2025, organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. This prestigious gathering serves as a platform for innovation, collaboration, and the advancement of ideas shaping the technological world of tomorrow. Today, as we embark on this two-day journey of learning and exploration, I want to emphasize the significance of what we are building together. We live in the world where technology evolves at an unprecedented pace. Domains such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, 5G networking, blockchain, and cybersecurity are redefining industries and societies. They are creating a new opportunity for solving complex challenges and enabling the world to become more interconnected. Our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi recently articulated a bold vision for India's future, emphasizing the importance of double AI, artificial intelligence, and the inspirational India. He urged that India must fully embrace the technological revolution to become a global leader in the tech-driven 21st century. This vision resonates strongly with the purpose of this conference as we seek to explore technological innovation that serves not only technical excellence but also societal progress. This conference is evidence of a shared commitment of advancing these critical areas. The theme of CICTN 2025 reflects the need to embrace interdisciplinary innovation. The problems of today, be it a sustainable development, climate change, global health challenges, or ensuring data security in an increasing digital world, cannot be solved by isolated disciplines. They require the combined knowledge and expertise of researchers, technologists, policymakers, and educators. This event, therefore, aims to spark such synergetic collaborations by bringing together some of the best minds from across academia, research, and industry. Over the course of this conference, we will hear from thought leaders and pioneers in this field. Our keynote speakers will share their invaluable insight on how emerging technologies are reshaping industries. The paper presentations will provide us with a glimpse of the cutting edge research being conducted worldwide. It is a particularly heartening to see such a strong turnout with delegates joining us from national and international institutions. This diverse representation underscores the global relevance of the topic we are discussing and highlighting the power of technology to unite us in pursuit of common goals. To our student participant, I urge you to make the most of this experience. Organizing a conference of this scale and impact is no small feat. It requires vision, meticulous planning, and this skill and teamwork. At this moment, I would like to acknowledge and express my deepest gratitude to everyone who made CICTN 2025 possible. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our conference patron, Sri Shashwat sir, Sachin sir, and Raghunandan sir for providing us with the opportunity to organize this conference. Our General Chair, Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma sir, whose dynamic leadership has directed this conference towards success. I also express my sincere appreciation to our Technical Program Committee Chair, Professor Dr. Vijayan, for curating the program for exceptional quality. I also extend our sincere appreciation and thanks to IEEE UP section for their valuable guidance and mentorship throughout the planning and execution of this event. Their support has been crucial in helping us maintaining such high standards and achieve the conference objective. Additionally, I would like to acknowledge the hard work of our advisory board and review committee who directed their team, time and expertise to ensure the highest standards for paper submission and technical sessions. Last but certainly not least, I want to recognize the enthusiasm and commitment of our organizing committee members and student volunteers. Their tireless efforts behind the scene have ensured that every aspect of this conference runs smoothly. Once again, I warmly welcome you all to CICTN. I wish each of you a highly enriching and productive conference experience. May the knowledge exchange here today pave the way of groundbreaking advancement, strong collaboration, and meaningful contribution to the global community. Thank you all for being a part of this endeavor. I look forward to the exciting discussion and discoveries that awaits us. Best wishes for a successful conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for always being the guiding light and inspiration for whole CAC team.
It's now time for a significant moment of our event, the official release of the CICTN 2025 abstract book. This book is a testament to the hard work, research, and innovative ideas contributed by scholars, researchers, and experts in our field. To mark this special occasion, I humbly request our esteemed Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Mohammad Rihan Sir, Guest of Honor, Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar Sir, along with our distinguished dignitaries on stage to kindly come forward and proceed with the release of CICTN 2025 abstract book. Thank you everyone for unveiling this compilation of knowledge. We hope this book will serve as an inspiration and a valuable resource for the future research and advancements. Now, I invite Dr. Anil Kumar Dubey, co-convener CICTN 2025, for vote of thanks.
Good noon, everyone, authors, researcher, and student also. So it's my privilege to give the word of thanks in the International Conference of CICTN 2025. I especially thanks to the IEEE committees, Professor Hassan Singh, advisor Ashish sir, Professor Ashish Singh, and Varun sir, Vijay sir for approving our conference. We submitted this particular conference in 2023 when we have organized successfully the first international conference, and we continuous contacted to the IEEE teams. They approved the conference, and we have today organized important conference for all the researchers. We also thank our committee members, Rohit sir for hospitality, and technical review committees, Sanu ma'am, he leads, as well as the publicity committee, Sandhya Avasti ma'am, editorial committee, Kadambari ma'am, finance committee, Mishra sir, DK Mishra sir, registration committee, Malvika ma'am, publicity committee, again Sanu ma'am, speaker committee, Shruti Gupta ma'am, event management committee, Professor KB ma'am, display committee, Akhilesh sir, media management, Rohit sir, and comparing committee, KB ma'am. I have full thanks to all the faculty members and volunteers who dedicated and hard works ensure the seamless execution of the events. Your commitment and enhancement has not gone undone. We also deeply grateful to our sponsors, partners for their generous supports. Finally, to all our participants and attendees, I extendly thanks to everyone. Wishes you all continue success in your academy. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, I request Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma, sir, Director ABES EC, to kindly present a memento as a token of gratitude to Professor Dr. Mohammad Rehan, sir. Thank you, sir. I again request Professor Dr. D.K. Sharma, sir, Director ABES EC, to kindly present a memento as a token of gratitude to Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar, sir. I request Sri Sachin Goyalji to kindly provide a memento to our keynote speaker, Mr. Vivek Songkla, sir.
With this, I request all the dignitaries to come forward on the stage for a photograph. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I request all the dignitaries to kindly be seated. We are moving ahead. We are with our keynote addresses.
Without further ado, I, Shweta Singh, have the privilege of inviting Mr. Vivek Sonkla, Senior Director, Oracle India Private Limited, to deliver the keynote address on Career Roadmap in Emerging Technologies. Mr. Vivek Sonkla, a veteran in marketing technology and customer experience with 2 decades of experience in the IT industry. Sir has worked extensively across marketing technology, product strategy, and digital transformation, helping businesses worldwide optimize their marketing operations and customer engagement strategies. Currently, Sir is working as Senior Director of the CX Center of Excellence at Oracle, leading a global team of marketing technology strategy experts with a mission to empower customers, provide strategic guidance, and drive thought leadership in the evolving landscape of AI, marketing automation, and customer intelligence. Sir's professional journey spans multiple roles at Oracle, FIS Global, DXC Technology, Wipro, and HCL Technologies. With a strong academic foundation, Sir holds an MBA and have completed the Chief Marketing Officer program at the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow.
विड्रॉल हो गए
All right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, good afternoon now. Sorry, I just got delayed. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here, and it's usually an honor and excitement. And I'm too humble to be present in front of all the great people, some of them. But yeah, faculty members have been doing a great job. Students who've been coordinating the event, they are doing a great job, right? So, in preparing for this conversation today, I'm usually a master of, shaping my slide decks and conversation in line with who am I talking to mostly. But this one was a very difficult audience because I'm not talking to business people. I am talking to students who foresee a future in the technology world. So I thought, let's not make it something which is more like, here are the numbers, talk about them, just show some flashy slides, they get impressed. But what I wanted to do was, I wanted to make sure that you guys, as students, understand what the world of technology has for you. what's the number, right? There is a lot of investment we've made in platforms, a lot of investment we've made in the resource, and a lot of money is being thrown in the market. Some technologies are there, some are not there yet, some are overhyped, some are not. So I just wanted to make sure that I could give you guys a good look at what does the tech stack look like and what do you guys need to do to prepare to be able to successfully launch a career into this domain, right? So as a part of my organization, we do a lot of customer engagements, we speak to them, we understand how the technology goes, we understand where the money is put across. So I'll probably do a lot of back and forth because there are some numbers. I don't want to be wrong with numbers because people will get angry, right? Don't want to be cancelled into this world, right? So just a quick look at the numbers in the industry, right? So I intentionally picked up 3 of my favorites, one not so favorite because people are interested in talking about the fourth part. I wanted to talk about AI, huge market. We are making a lot of money as an organization, right? In AI, we are investing a lot of resources. So if you look at numbers, growing from billions to trillions, in the so customers are buying it. The technology right now is overhyped. A lot of investment is getting made. A lot of people asking us questions, why are you not doing it enough? And our answer is, we are there. Maybe resources are not. Tech stack is there, maybe resources are not. So that's what's happening. From a cyber security perspective, again, a huge market, right? And so I split this conversation into 2 pieces, which is, there is a market, people are buying a lot of technology, and just because people are buying a lot of technology, companies like us are making a lot of investment into those. So we are making a lot of investment into cybersecurity. Cloud computing is our bread and butter. So if you look at Amazon Web Services, you look at Google, you look at Oracle, you look at Salesforce, all these companies, they put billions of dollars into building those data centers who are actually supporting the business model that we call cloud computing. Right? So cloud computing is nothing else but a fancy word of providing a storage, a data center, processing the power and network connectivity to your premise and make it grow as and when you need it. That's how the business model operates. Blockchain, I see it's roughly 5 years ahead of its time. Technology is ready. The global governance framework is still not there yet. That's why you can see a lot of challenges happening. The investment is also slow. You know, people in industry, they put money only when they can see an absolute return on investment. And that's the whole conversation, because you guys are investing a lot of your time and your energy. Your faculty is spending a lot of time and energy. The institute is spending a lot of time and energy in making sure that you are ready for the future, right? So numbers are there, but for you guys, what interests is where are the jobs, right? So globally, if you look at AI, needs roughly 33 million people, right? Seniors, juniors, at all levels, right? Cybersecurity, again, 3.5 million people are needed globally. And for cloud computing, it's creating millions of jobs almost every quarter. We are seeing a huge growth. In fact, in organizations, in the industry, resources are getting moved from on-premise technology onto cloud computing. There are business units getting shut off and business units getting created. And the businesses, the adoption of cloud is working at a breakneck speed. We are running short of resources when it comes to this. I don't know if you guys remember, somewhere when the COVID hit, the global computing power requirement quadrupled, right? So I don't know how many of you remember, you were doing classes on Zoom, you were doing classes on Teams, right? We have Zoom as one of our customers at Oracle. Their computing power requirement grew 10 times because they were forced to sustain that infrastructure. So our networking power shifted at that time. That kind of gave people a sense of how much cloud computing has evolved, right? How much the business models that are running on top of cloud computing, they need the infrastructure to be always available, always ready to scale up. So now, let's look at India, right? Because we are this sort of India, majority of you will probably explore an opportunity in India. Right, in AI, it's estimated that roughly 400,000 new jobs will be created by the time 2030 happens. In cybersecurity, I don't know why people don't see it as a career. It's a fantastic career. You can make a lot of money there. Right? Cybersecurity, roughly 300 jobs by 2030. Cloud computing, because it rides on every other aspect of technology, which is like blockchain, you need cloud computing. Communication, ICT, you need cloud computing. All of that. So this technology, this sector kind of grows all the time. You need grows all the time. Blockchain is anticipated at a lesser pace, but yes, people have started picking up as a career. There's a lot of investment going on, at least at a very grassroots level. So this is a grassroots build-up right now. I know people want to talk about blockchain because it's cool, but right now businesses are not putting too much money there. Right, so yeah. Since you're talking about job opportunities, your careers, where are those cities where you can actually find jobs, right? So, for example, in Noida and Gurgaon, just to give you an example, in Noida alone, there are 16 cloud computing data centers that are serving global market. In Gurgaon, there are some 20 odd. In Ahmedabad, there are some more. But the advantages these cities offer is the existing infrastructure is huge. Bangalore has always been, they call it Silicon City. I think it's overhead now. But, and it's not a great city to live in. I'm sorry, I'm saying that. But been there. So those cities, Hyderabad is coming up big time. And Pune, if you guys want to believe it, it's the third or fourth most hired city from. That's where most of the industry resources are going. Though it is a small city, but it actually boasts a lot of consulting, IT consulting, networking consulting, those opportunities are there. And yeah, there are opportunities, as I said. So I just did a little bit of research, trying to figure out what level of jobs are available where, what kind of careers can you see, right? So if you look at artificial intelligence at a very high level, 3 use cases that I can talk about is autonomous vehicles, generative AI, predictive analytics. I talk about generative AI because I'm a marketing person, right? So we are dedicating a lot of resources in how to use generative AI in creating marketing content, how to use generative AI in designing our marketing campaigns, right? So all of that is there. Autonomous vehicles, who doesn't want to own a Tesla, right? Who doesn't want to work for Tesla? So that's there. So that's where your machine learning and data science will come in. Most of the time, predictive analytics, again, huge opportunity. There is a dearth of data scientists in the industry right now. If you want to see a career over a period of 3 to 4 years, I probably have a roadmap somewhere. Yeah, in cybersecurity, data protection is huge. I mean, the funny part is every time we log into our systems as a resource, as an employee in an organization that I am contracted for, the kind of security check-ins that you go through are amazing, right? The kind of compliance, the kind of encryption going on there is crazy. It takes roughly 3.5 to 4 minutes for my laptop to boot, just because cybersecurity plugins that are being pushed on our crazy, right? AI-driven attacks are picking up. I think recently there was one AI-driven attack happening in US data centers somewhere. That was picked up. There's a huge need of threat intelligence specialists in the industry right now. There are ethical hacking tournaments happening, just where people are just trying to figure out, are there more ways to hack a system? And if you guys have noticed, Google probably has paid a couple of crores to an Indian guy who actually found vulnerabilities in their system. So there's a perpetual competition going on where Google and Amazon and Microsoft of the world are saying, come on, hack my system, let me know where the vulnerabilities are, and I'll pay you for that. So those opportunities are also available. Cloud computing, as I say, it's the backbone of virtually everything right now. But you need those kind of skill sets. You need a cloud engineer. Like what people don't understand is at the grassroots of these fantastic words, there are physical infrastructure, there are people who are running those softwares, maintaining those platforms, making sure that security are patched, servers are available almost all the time, right? And blockchain, not a new kid on the block, but I would say has been there. People have been talking about it, high potential, but very, very limited use cases as of now. So if you are looking forward to a career as a blockchain developer, look at something around. I would say I don't think there's a bank or there's a financial institution in India that is not exploring this. It's just that the regulatory framework is not there. It's not happening, right? Yeah. So how do people like me understand what's going on? So here are two tools that typically we use. Open up Google, say Gartner Hype Cycle for Cloud Technologies 2024. That will give you a good idea of where I should place the bet for the long run. So if you're a student sitting today, pushing 5 years down the line, what are the technologies that you would like to invest in? And the way we in the market, in the business explore it is, we continue to invest. Whenever a product or a technology is at its height, the businesses usually are slow. I think you're okay. So, thank you. So, whenever a technology is at the very peak, we try and not invest in it for a simple reason. We kind of understand it's going to go down because, what happens is technology gets invented. People start talking about it. Right now, generative AI is crazy. People are investing, a lot of people are asking for it, but people are not very sure what do I do with it. Generative AI is one thing where people say, I want generative AI in my marketing applications. I want generative AI in my hospital applications. But what do you do with it? Those use cases are not getting defined yet. And that's where we are struggling right now. We're trying to match the hype, the expectation with the reality. Right? So that's what is happening. Again, fantastic tool. So do a little Google. Take a look at hype cycles. If you want to understand which industry I want to put my money on, what am I preparing for 2 years down the line, do a Google on Forrester Wave and figure out which company I want to focus. There are people, in fact, I know one of my friends who was so dedicated that he wanted a specific job in a specific organization. He did all these research, he picked up technologies, created a roadmap for himself, and said, I want that job, and he got that. It took him 6 years. And it's not that he did not do any other job. He continued, and he continued to build his skill set. Right, so, yeah, people in the industry, we have this, and industry should blame a little. We tend to say, because we have conversations with in general, and we'll say, I don't think we don't think we are getting engineers who are ready for the industry from day one. And of late, the conversation that we have started having is because we are not showing them the roadmap. How do I prepare the student or an engineer to launch into a career, right? So what we have tried to do with a couple of my friends is we're just trying to make a roadmap which says, if I want to coach or mentor an engineer right now, what should I be telling him to do? What's the roadmap? What are those 6 things that he should be doing over the course of next 4 years, supposing everybody's starting career now? For example, if you want to be a cloud engineer, if you want to be a cybersecurity specialist, you focus on these areas. You say, you do the basics right? Be very honest to your education. Do absolutely everything that you can. Learn from here, get the basics right. And then the next thing that you would really want to focus is, there are so much investment that companies are making, you guys don't realize it. Oracle as an organization is offering a lot of free cloud computing courses. Google is offering a lot of cloud computing courses. Do that, learn that. Do some hands-on projects. In fact, I was reading the agenda for the next 2-3 days. I was really excited to see somebody working on a project around using data science and I think around cancer. Somebody doing a project around threat detection using AI. Fantastic things, continue to build on that. And in fact, probably by the time I go back, I'll circle some of these interesting areas that I might ask one of the professors to send me those papers. I might want to read. That's how exciting I saw the agenda to be. So build your portfolio, build solid programming skills. That's the need of the hour. If you want exposure, there are hackathons happening. Every time you go into a hackathon, if you are successful, you win prizes, you get exposure. Companies now are internally holding hackathons. We do on our own. We bring in resources from the tech world or from the education world. We started hiring from hackathons. So those are people who actually have started doing stuff, right? So that's what we're doing. I think in the last hackathon that we did internally in our organization, we picked up at least 10 solid business use cases that can be then deployed into some of our softwares to improve the customer experience so that we can sell more. Right? It's all about business. And then networking is important. Talk to people like us. Reach out to people like us. LinkedIn is there. Build your own profile, build your portfolio, and we'll be more than happy. You guys don't believe how much we are willing to give back to the education world, to people like you who want to come in, we want to help you, build a roadmap, we want you to be successful. Because a lot of our success depends on what you guys will be doing 5 years down the line. Right? So I took liberty, and this was the most painful part of my last 3-4 days, because it takes time, right? So what I did was, I've created roughly 6 examples. I'll take you through maybe 1 or 2 right now. So if you are doing all of this, your shot at a good, solid, stable career gets better. So core, what you've got to do, if you are, for example, you are doing a machine, you think that 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, I want to pick up machine learning and I want to become a machine learning engineer. That's the career start for you. I've done something called the product manager as well. In fact, don't take screenshots. I will make sure that these slides are available and you can just go through these. So, outside of the mathematical skills, as you prepare for the machine learning engineer, look at programming softwares, look at Python, look at object-oriented programming, look at parallel distributed computing, and you don't have to do all. Pick up some strength areas. So, for example, if somebody says, I want to focus on algorithms, and I want to build a career, I want to prepare for Google, I want to do AI/ML for Google, pick up relevant courses, there, right, and the essential certifications as well. And then look at technical skills, build technical skills around Python, around Tensor, at Oracle we use SQL, Kafka a lot, we use Kubernetes a lot. We don't use Fast API, we've got Hadoop aggressively because that's one of the fastest platforms that we've been using. It actually helps speed up the flow of data, right? And definitely make sure that you build some soft skills. One of the biggest challenges that people like me face while they're hiring is the absolute lack of critical thinking, problem solving, business acumen, right? You may be developing a huge line of code, but what you are not doing is thinking how will it impact a person who is going to use this application. Right? So that's very important. Learn some of project management. We do a lot of agile, we do a lot of sprint in product management, we do a lot of sprint happening. Every time there's a weird loop that goes in, we keep on developing, redeveloping, taking feedback, redeveloping the apps. People get frustrated, people like me, because you have to go out and sell. That doesn't help. Right? And then, do some beginner level projects. Pick up something like, for example, house price prediction in there is one. And I saw a couple of more projects. Somebody was predicting weather patterns. I forgot it. So that's one interesting. Keep on building on top of it. As you do this, try and spend some time and look around for hackathons that are available. There are some huge industry level hackathons that are open to all. There are people who use hackathon as the way to make money. People do that. People use hackathons to get jobs all the time. Intern with companies like Nvidia, Tesla, not right now. OpenAI is a great opportunity. I cannot use Oracle as a name here because I'm not allowed to. Legal approvals are not there with me. Then yeah, attend these conferences. I can help identify conferencing, those critical conferences that are happening within India, outside India. You can do that. Takes a little bit of money. Maybe a couple of faculty members can join in, and they can then feed it back. That will be great. So that's what roadmap might look like for a machine learning engineer. I've done a similar exercise for a blockchain developer, a little more complex. So to begin with, blockchain is a difficult concept to handle even for me. I'm not as smart as you guys are, so there you go. So pick up data structures, understand about distributed computing, then definitely spend some time in blockchain architecture, definitely spend some time in databases, and do some web development programs if possible, right? And as I said, don't do all. Pick up a company, pick up a platform you want to build your career in. Don't waste too much energy in trying to do everything. Somebody who does everything doesn't have time to create anything or invent it, right? And as you go forward, build essential skills around blockchain, around platforms, right? Think of Ethereum. I don't think Bianca Smart Chain is that prevalent in India right now, but Hyperledger Fabric is something that you can look at. Then again, look at blockchain frameworks and Web3. Truffle is there, fantastic, we use it all the time. Cryptography you can pick as a skill to develop, and definitely just going down the list. Cloud deployment. One thing that we really look forward to is how we can scale up our cloud deployments all the time. So that's a skill set that is always in demand. Invest some time in there. As I said, soft skills are important. And this pattern you will see repeating across the other 4 or 5 case studies that I've done to make sure that you guys have a basic understanding of, if I want to start a career now, what all do I need to learn? Start building a portfolio. I would say it's less of how better you can code, how good you can write the lines, but you have to be able to make sense to the business. Can you actually help me make more money? That's the bottom line, right? And I'm sorry I'm being crude here, but the only reason people like me would invest in a technology or invest in a resource is as long as I get enough return on investment. And you also think like that. Will investing in a certain technology, you are a student, you don't have infinite time. Time has value. Think of time. If you could meter every hour of your day and say, my 1 hour is equal to $15 as a student, right? Or maybe $10. If I'm investing that much amount of money in a certain technology, what is that technology going to deliver for me? If you think like that, clarity, a lot of clarity. Our problem is, we have this habit of dive first into a technology. Our senior comes in and says, this is hot right now. But by the time you come out, it might not be hot. And that's why I said, keep on looking at tools like hype cycles, and keep on looking at areas where, so for example, if you picked up Oracle as a company and say, I want a career at Oracle, you would want to know where Oracle is putting the money. So, as a student, go and look at last 1 year's financial statement where Oracle is putting money. It's all generative AI. You guys won't believe, 3 years back, we as an organization invested $33 billion in something which we never thought is important. Healthcare. A healthcare software. We thought, why are we investing? A company has $33 billion in hard cash available. We spent a lot of money, layered it with generative AI. And if you've heard Mr. Larry Ellison speaking at Conf inauguration, I don't know how many of you saw it. Right after that inauguration, our CEO, our chairman and chief technology officer, he laid out a vision of how Oracle Health is going to revolutionize healthcare in America. So that's where, if it's not making money 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, we are not putting our money there. Think like that. Right? I did a similar pattern for the cybersecurity. The roadmap is almost there. It takes a lot of time. Sorry. So if you are preparing yourself as a cybersecurity analyst, look at firewalls, look at operating system security. One of the critical aspects could be threat detection. Look at that. And then don't do all these certifications. Take one. So become an ethical hacker. It's a fantastic thing to do. Right? How do you break codes? I don't know how many of you remember this movie called Wednesday, right? There was a guy who planted bombs left, right, center, everywhere, right? And then he called the police and said, I planted bombs, I want these people out. They picked up a 17-year-old guy, young kid, who was an ethical hacker. They brought him into the system. And he was able to crack what the entire police force was not able to do. And that's a true story. That's a true story. I will get you the name of the guy I forgot. That's a true story. So ethical hacking is a huge career. You should look at it. Security, from a security perspective, I would say, look at AWS certified security specialists as there are in our organization. In fact, every big organization there is a CISO, which is information security officer, and their job is to make sure everybody is compliant. Every computer, everything that is connected to an organization's network and to the World Wide Web is latest when it comes to the security patch. Right? That's his job. They focus on threat detection. They create roadmaps to enhance the security. They do all of that. Right? So that's that. Well, the other grounds that most technology firms mostly have is, these are the 3 skills that we would really appreciate our students to have by the time they walk into the industry. Right? Business acumen. Identify. I told you about return on investment. If you can if you can coach yourself to understand return on investment, which is if I'm investing 20 hours in a course, am I making it up? Are the returns enough? A return could be anything. It could be a soft return, which is I learned something new, had a great time, fantastic. Or it could be, this will actually help me get 2 lakh more per year. Simple. Right? The other area is that we want people to focus on is design thinking, which is, can you actually look at a problem and create a solution that not only works, but gives the end user a pleasure of using that. You know, Apple, they bought a fantastic product. The latest version of Apple, when it was shipped to the customer with a promise that there will be AI somewhere down the line in the phone, right? But the user experience is great. So they did a study from a design thinking and user experience perspective. They picked up 100 people who were using Apple phones, and they picked up 100 people who were using Android phones. And then they took the Apple people to another room, and Android people were taken to a room, right? And they started talking really bad stuff about Apple to people who were using Apple phones. And they started monitoring their brains. And the way people reacted was as if one of their family members is getting hurt. Right? Every time a bad thing was told about Apple, people thought, this is being said about my family members. And the same thing was said to people in the Android. Nothing happened. And the centers that are actually focused towards telling you, this is one of my family members is getting hurt, Android folks, they never cared. They said, okay, fine. But on the contrary, the moment the Android folks were told bad things about Apple, their pleasure centers were lit up because they said, we told you so. So I told you this story just to tell you the kind of effort that Apple has put in designing the entire user experience, the way it has made Apple a part of your life is amazing, right? So that's there. Collaboration is absolutely important. On an average, okay, so using my example, I run a global team of roughly 25-30 odd people. We've got people based in Singapore, we've got people based in India, we've got people based in EMEA. There are people based in LAD, and there are people based in North America. And We not only have to collaborate amongst ourselves, we have to collaborate with people who are in core product development, who are in sales, who are actually selling, who are actually serving the customer. Wow. The idea is we've got to be able to make sure that collaborate and work with the different teams across the organization to deliver a product or a solution that actually helps the business to grow a little more. With specifically around blockchain. The reason it is not picking up is because the governance infrastructure is not ready. Cross collaboration is not happening. So those things are not ready. That's the reason blockchain is not picking up that aggressively. Right, so a couple of real-world examples of why I'm saying that interdisciplinary collaboration is important. Right, in marketing, we do this a lot of time. We've got fantastic products where we are actually taking in your clickings, the way you open the message, the way you engage with my website, everything. We take it inside, we create a profile of you, and we then position products. So next time you get something from an organization, something from Mahindra, for example, just say, or something from Amazon. Have you ever noticed how quickly Amazon is able to adapt to your thinking pattern? You start searching something, and then there are recommendations. And they've become so smart now, they will not recommend you something that you've already purchased. They will recommend you something that might be closely associated to what you purchased. For example, you purchase a top. They might say, no, here is, and Mahindra does this all the time. So they say, you purchased this white top last week. Here is a dark blue jean with this particular cut that is available to you, and it's available at an offer, and they entice you, you make that sale. So that's where we do this all the time, and that's my domain, so I do it all the time. Right? We have these chatbots now. We have these WhatsApp. Okay, for example, even Mahindra does that. Okay, so here's an interesting example. I don't know how many of you use Havel's products. I use it all the time. One of the users decided that he doesn't want to work. So I opened up WhatsApp. I started chatting with the bot. So that's one interesting. So that chat bot actually took me through the entire journey, booked an engineer visit, and there we are. Right. So those things are available. In fact, right now we are internally working on a couple of projects which are actually going to resolve our customers' problem even before they come to us, which is we are helping customers generate content, answer questions like, you have a marketing automation software and I want you to do, can your software do this for me? For example, can I make a business, can I make a use case using this and will it give me X amount of return? Marketing is all about returns, right? So if I'm investing $1,000 somewhere in marketing as a digital marketing platform, I have to make some money out of it. That's what it does. From a blockchain and supply chain perspective, smart contracts is something that is taking up as a conversation. So just keep an eye. But this is absolutely important. Automating supply chain agreements is happening. Then one of the examples that I saw recently in an organization is customers are now being sent their renewal contracts way advanced. Sorry, I'm not very fast. I'll try to make it fast. Right, but then again, cybersecurity perspective, I mean, we are paranoid about security all the time. Let's do that. Okay, in summary, future is great if you know where to point, know where to go. Right, you need a strong technical foundation. All of you must be doing a great job at it. But yeah, make sure that you have enough soft skills, organization skills, and interdisciplinary skills. Try reading some business books. Try understand all of that. Networking helps a lot. Continuously learn all of that. These are 3 things that I recommend a lot of people to read. First one, just because it will help you as a student to structure your life better. Right? So, the one of the rules that he suggests is make your own bed. I don't know how many of you do it. If you just start your day by cleaning your room, that's good enough, according to the professor. Singularity is Near. This is a fantastic book you should read just because if you are interested in reading at what point human intelligence and the artificial intelligence will get married together and there will be, I don't know, Terminator-like situation, I don't know. Cloud computing basics, fantastic book to read, fantastic to start, just for basic understanding. Right, thank you. That's all. Open for questions. We have time. Okay. Thank you so much. I can come now.
Hello sir, I'm Dr. Rishi Kumar. So I want to ask you I'm Dr. Rishi Kumar as a Oracle from Oracle. So I want to ask you how you see quantum computing from Oracle point of view.
Right now, Oracle is not, at least in my knowledge, is not investing in quantum computing. Maybe they are, maybe it's a part of the Larry Ellison roadmap. I haven't heard anything about it. But yes, this is something that we have spoken about a lot in the last CloudWorld event. What technologies would we use will get clear only by the end of 2025. That's where we are right now.
So we are hearing that in 26 or 27, the whole technology is going to be changed.
Technology changes every day.
No, it's
right. So what I'm telling you exactly what I'm from an Oracle perspective. Quantum computing as a concept, if it is getting invested into, I don't know about it. But what I have heard from my leadership is that 2025 end or maybe beginning of 2026, we will see some roadmaps that will be made available for everybody to see. Right.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. So my name is Nish Kumar Arya, and I already working as a freelance and providing security services for many foreign clients. So, sir, my question is how I can be ready for the industry level knowledge and get a security job as in your company, correct?
In my company, wow, okay. There are some very specific Oracle certifications that are available. You can reach out to one of the professors or maybe you can reach out to me directly. My email ID is vivek.sonka@oracle.com. There are some certifications that are available that are very, very specific to Oracle infrastructure, Oracle cloud infrastructure. The beauty of the Oracle cloud infrastructure right now is that it is the only cloud infrastructure that provides the physical layer security. Maybe start working towards that. That's where you will see a career.
Thank you.
Okay. Good.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the time. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful session. With this, I'd like to proceed further with our next keynote address by Mr. Saurabh Kapoor, Senior Engineer, Amazon USA, to deliver the keynote address on Test Less, Find More, AI Magic Touch in Software Quality. He will be joining us in online mode. First, let me introduce you all with him. Sir is a seasoned quality assurance engineer professional with 15 plus years of experience in the systems and quality engineering and expertise in designing and developing large-scale test automation frameworks, setting up test infrastructure, improve functional and performance quality across complex large-scale systems, and integrating artificial intelligence and machine learning into testing strategies to enhance automation, optimize test coverage, and improve overall software quality. Over the course of his career, he has worked with leading organizations including EMC corporations, Adobe Systems, Capital One, Oracle America, and Amazon. With this, we welcome you, sir, for this keynote address.
Thank you everyone, and pleasure to be here. It's an absolute honor to be presenting at this conference, and I would like to thank the organizers for this opportunity and all of you for joining this. I remember my old days. I did my BTech from AKG, and this ABES used to be my center for semester exams. So I used to come here during my semesters exams. Great to see you all. So I'm currently working as a senior quality engineer at Amazon, where I'm focusing on ensuring high quality software because I work on the Fire TV side. Those tech devices that Amazon sells. Those are around they have a footprint of around 200 million devices. And with such a huge scale to test these, we rely on machine learning and also started incorporating latest AI technologies to transform the software testing. And my career, I worked with Adobe earlier, then worked with Capital One and Oracle, and now with Amazon for almost 5 years. And it's been a very interesting and learning journey here. So I'll share some of the thoughts that I want to share on what AI can do in software quality. Let me share my screen and we can start from there. I hope my slides are visible now. Okay.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's okay. Okay. So just giving some stats here, showing some numbers. As per the industry data, the companies usually spend 20 to 40% of their development budget on testing, and this is nearly half of the resources. And in last year itself, or even before that, from the CICTN, what the data we got is an estimated of around 2 trillion was spent on on bug fixes and releasing. And last year also there was a striking example of bug that occurred in CrowdStrike software that triggered a massive worldwide outage, which disrupted Windows systems, basically crippling airlines, banks, hospitals, and critical infrastructure. And the estimated financial damage for that bug itself was more than $10 billion. So all these incidences, they just showed the critical truth, which is basically quality is ethic is not a best practice; it's basically a necessity now. Next slide. Okay, so this is something personal story I just want to share. So. Earlier, I was working with one of the tech companies, and my team and I spent 4 months writing, 3,000 cases for a payment processing system, and we achieved around 95% of code coverage, a number we were incredibly proud of. Yet, 2 weeks after the launch, our system crashed, and the reason was a person had a emoji in his username. So, a traditional approach to test any software or this authentication system would be a valid username password combination for invalid length, special characters, and fields. But we never thought about Unicode characters or SQL injection variation or timing attacks. So. Yeah, this kind of taught me a valuable lesson, how to approach this thing. Okay, so moving on to the next. So there are, with the current way the testing is being done, there are a lot of pain points. Basically, the test creation itself, if you are using automation to write that itself is a very costly and a time-consuming way. And maintenance of these tests is always a never-ending burden. So as your application grows, the scale also grows, and then maintenance becomes a burden. And execution cycles are long, failure rates are high. And here's the problem, like adding more tests doesn't necessarily improve the quality. In fact, it often leads to redundancy. That's what we've seen, and causes you to increase the cost and also increase maintenance. And like on an average, for an enterprise, there are around 50,000 test cases that are wrong, and 40% of them, on an average, they are almost redundant. And if you look at the bugs which like that filed, they are filed by external. A lot of bugs are found filed by external customers or beta customers and not caught by tests. So how do we fix this problem with the quality? Okay, so let's move on. So how this AI got evolved? So initially we had these manual tests, and then we have this automation test, and right now the traditional way it works is you have all these testing frameworks like Cypress is there, Puppeteer is there, or like Selenium, and you have the test data created, you have basic assertions that tested. We've moved on to the ML powered as well, where there's a pattern-based generation or predictive analysis and smart prioritization. And now where the industry is heading towards is the autonomous testing, where self-generating tests are being created with continuous learning, deep learning, and then which have the self-healing abilities. I'll explain you in more in the next slide. Okay. So if you look at this on the left side, if you look, which is the traditional, the testing. So basically, if you look at that, it has a static test cases, basically predefined data, such as in this case, you see the fixed credit card number as a transaction, amount. So these are manually written assertions, defines the expected result, and these things like whether it passes or fails. And if there are a lot of cases, then assume like how much the maintenance cost would be if some of the business rule changes, or if there are some other changes, it needs to be manually updated. Now move on to the ML pump. Instead of manually defining the test cases, analyzes the historical data to generate smart test scenarios, and also does a risk-based test prioritization, which evaluates from bug reports or transaction logs or the logs to identify the high-risk areas. Next is the AI autonomous, which is where the industry is heading towards. Basically, what it would do is it will do a self-learning AI, so there are no predefined test cases. Basically, the AI observes user behavior, generates tests automatically. It does have self-healing tests, and the AI creates test classes without human intervention if there are corresponding changes in the UI. And then it also runs tests, learns from failure, and adapts coverage. So there is a paradigm shift that is happening in big corporations, which I'm seeing like at Netflix, Amazon, Google, like all these are moving towards the AI autonomous testing, and that's where the industry is heading as well. This is basically transition from traditional to AI-driven testing isn't just about efficiency; it's also intelligence, and to create an active and evolving test that keeps the speed of latest software development. Now, like the way AI is transforming, it is transforming testing into different areas. So one is the intelligent test generation. Basically, it will write a test for you from requirements. Second is the risk case prioritization, where the AI predicts high-risk areas, prioritizes test cases dynamically, and the third one is like autonomous bug detection. Like the ML models may detect unexpected behavior, which will reduce the blind spots. Like you will be easily able to see what's happening, and there could be visual regression testing that could happen on its own and provide you a readout of okay, this has changed and then these are where failures happen. And then there's a smart maintenance. The AI identifies risk code before deployment. Okay, move on to the next one. So, one of the teams that I work with on implementing AI cloud testing, I'll just give you like a brief, like what we did and what are the metrics like after that. So when we started with that team, there were around 3,000 cases which were written for like 4 months. They with 5 engineers, and there were around like 100 bugs filed over the course of time. And with the new changes coming in, thought it's time for us to approach what others in Amazon are doing, like use the AI-powered testing. And it was initially a lot of learning went in, but for us, after we were onboarded with this framework and all, it took us like around 6 weeks to get it. We were able to reduce our number of tests from 3,000 to 1,200. With the newer updates, we were able to find more number of bugs than what we had previously found. And moreover, it was with just a couple of resources. So there was a lot of savings, as you can see on the right side. And also it reduced our testing time because the number of cases went down and there were fewer cases required for us to execute. So it proved us to be more efficient, and that's where we are moving most of the teams around this direction. Okay, next slide. Okay. Okay, so then there are next wave of AI testing, which is going to happen, and it will involve like 3 key innovations basically. One is the autonomous testing, where the AI will dynamically generate tests based on the impact analysis. So let's say there is a change in stopping, and then it will dynamically generate tests based on what that changes will do to the application. Then the self-healing test to adapt to failures automatically. So consider there are some changes happening on us, not based on that, because the system would self-heal those tests. Then is the natural language inspiration. This is a big one. Basically, you just give a plain, feature in English. Just give it the PRD to the documentation, and then it will write the test cases for you, and you don't have to like worry more on what are these. So, and the third is the predictive quality assurance. So basically, it uses the AI and ML models to analyze the code structure, patterns, and the historical defects to predict potential failures before they can occur. So that's where these are the ones that would be coming our way as well. So next, I just want to give you like a case study of like a real real world success story, which was adopted by Netflix. So Netflix has millions of subscribers across the world, like India, US, Europe, everywhere. And Netflix was not the way it is to sell series earlier, and then it moved to the online streaming world. Even that wasn't very smooth. So before they developed a sweet spot for testing, they had frequent outages. From unexpected edge cases, the feature rollout was very slow because they had manual tests, they had automated tests, but they didn't. And then a lot of time they were spending on maintenance, and then also the testing devices was a big loop because they have to test platform. They have iOS, they have Android, and then they have this other ecosystems, Hulu, then IDP, Chromecast, all these. So they kind of had all these issues, and then they realized that the traditional, testing strategies couldn't scale, and and it led them to embrace this AI-driven solution. Okay, so what they did, they did a lot of things which I already spoke about. So one is the chaos engineering that they did with AI. So basically they tried injecting failures into production to ensure resilience. And it ensured that the service remains stable under real world conditions. We also had those self-healing tests, which I explained previously. So AI-generated test scripts automatically adjust to UI changes. For example, if Net is launching some is updating the UI for certain pages, the test would tell you, and would be no need to manually update the code for the test and then code for the test, but it would automatically do that. The third one was the predictive bug detection we discussed. So it scans past failures to predict future bugs. So it would see based on the code history, analysis of the logs, where the bug could happen. And then there's the smart prioritization, which most of the companies are now doing. Basically, select high impact test cases based on a weighted score, and after you train your system, you come up with a test prioritization. And the result were tremendous for Netflix. Now, I mean, when they have 40% fewer production incidents than what they used to have like 4 years back, they have a very faster way of rolling out the feature deployment with everything being tested. They don't rely on now like bi-monthly releases or something, but they are more agile in rolling out their feature deployments. And also this helps them to save millions in downtime costs as well as resources with the way they've structured their system. And then it led to a tremendous reduction in their maintenance efforts. They don't have to manually maintain the code for test for all these efforts. And right now, their production code, the defect rate is 0.001. So they are doing absolutely phenomenal in their testing and how they are doing it. So, I just presented this case studies to show this what AI-driven testing that I'm talking about. It's not just a concept; it's something that companies are already implementing, and it's like a game changer for them. Okay, let's move on. So there are few challenges as well. It's not as right as well. One is the ethical considerations, like there is always bias in your model and in the test generation also. So that is something you have to tweak. You have to retrain your models again and again until they start giving you the exact or almost to the similar kind of what you were expecting for your test cases. And then the other is you have to ensure that they follow the responsible AI testing practices. This is one, and then the second is like the technical challenges are there. So like adapting AI with the legacy systems is pretty complex. So let's say teams are using older frameworks, and the frameworks are so huge that they cannot move to a newer framework. So integrating those with the latest technologies, it's not simple. It's usually complex. Then the third is the skill evolution as well. So like the most of the QA engineers or SDACs, they can write code, but this needs special training. You need to devote time to learn about AI, ML, data science to stay ahead of the curve. So these are some of the challenges that we have. So now, how do we get started? Assuming many of the folks sitting here, after they graduate, they start with software development or software testing. Where do we start from? So how do we prepare for this shift, and how we, like as students or professionals and future leaders, get ready for this tomorrow's future. So one is to begin with the hybrid approach. Like it doesn't have to replace traditional testing right away. Instead, they can complement it. I would suggest start introducing AI in small areas like case selection, defect prediction, and there are a lot of YouTube videos or online tutorials as well on how you can do that. Many companies are also using hybrid models, combining testing, automation, and AI-driven insight. Not everything is, but they are making use of it. And like combine traditional and enhanced testing, like instead of running every possible test case, this one what matters most. AI can help you prioritize test cases based on risk and impact rather than just volume. So these are some of the things, how we can get ready, how we can prepare ourselves better for this upcoming changes. And last one. Okay, so just summarizing the key takeaways. We just discussed about AI-driven testing and how it is transforming the software quality. And then automation alone, as you see, it's not enough. We have the traditional testing which majority of the companies are also using, but then it needs to be changed as per how the industry is moving, where the industry is moving. So, and you see, we add this shift left and we incorporate AI technique. Definitely leads to cost-effective testing, high improvement in the business model. And I suggest folks who are looking for software development or software testing to start integrating some of these AI learnings in your field, and gradually initially it might take time, but gradually you'll start seeing how it will benefit you in the long run. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your vast exposure and experience. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this session, it's now time to take a break and enjoy a delightful lunch. We have arranged a delightful, delicious meal for all our esteemed guests and participants. I invite you all to proceed to the mezzanine floor Raman block for lunch. Please join us and take this opportunity to relax, network and share your thoughts. Thereafter, you all are requested to proceed to your respective track sessions for paper presentations as mentioned in your schedules. Thank you very much.
Futures program for quantum resistive
आगे से जाके आगे सब चला गया सही है लेकिन व्हाइट पेपर हाँ साथ कहाँ पे भाई?
नहीं नहीं ऐसे ही मिले हम लोग सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट में। मेरे साथ कोई नहीं, मैं अकेली ही आई हूँ। मेरा गाइड का नाम है, वो नाम का है बस। कौन सा कॉलेज है? क्या आपके कह रहा हूँ